So remember, with Pilates, just work to your own range of movement, take a stretch or relax anytime you need to, and I'll give plenty of options. Here, we stand with our feet hip width apart. Second toe is pretty much underneath the hip bones. We lift the chest and lengthen the spine. Now already start to feel the belly button as if it's coming in away from the waistband of your trouser. So we're gently trying to hollow between the hips as we engage and feel the belly button come in towards the spine. Take a deep breath in and then out. Keeping the shoulders down. So breathe full and wide through the ribs and then breathe out and settle down through the ribs. So our lateral breathing enables us just to keep the belly button towards the spine or focus on that connection. Then here, we're going to stand and just come into some pelvic tilts. So we tuck the tail under as if to flatten the lower back, and then take the tail out behind to exaggerate the curve. Just moving through the hips, the pelvis, and the lower back. Try not to sink into the legs, keep the chest lifted. Just let it all come from the middle of the body. So 2 more. Here, settling into the center of those tilts, noticing the natural curves of the spine, that little S shape that we all have, even though it may vary. And then squeeze the bottom, lift your heels, come up into the space above your head. Or on the balls of the feet. Let's take your right heel down and the left knee forward. Squeeze the right buttock as the heel lands, and then come up and slowly down into foot pedals. So we just go up and down. Continuing with the belly button towards the spine. Careful not to rock side to side, so when you lower the heel, do squeeze the bottom to help stabilize the hips. Do 1 more on each side. And this time as the left heel goes down, squeeze the left buttock, hands on the hips, and we lift the right leg. Holding it there, turn that knee out, keeping the hip bones facing forwards, and then bring it back in. So just continue with this knee up and we turn out. Now, if it's particularly wobbly, you can have the toe down and turn the knee out from there, just with the heel lifted. So we'll do 2 more, continuing with the belly button drawing in, tighten up the standing leg, keep the butt squeezed. Good. So let's just then prepare for the other side. So breathing out as you lift up the other leg, squeeze the right buttock, your right. Turn the knee out and back in. Good. So keeping the hips facing forward. Remember, you can have your toes closer to the floor or your foot down with the heel up. Drawing up through the thigh, squeezing the bottom to hold us here. And then stepping down. Good. So this time with the heels on the floor, first of all, toes forward, but now lift the heels again and bring the arms with you to shoulder height. Good. Soften the shoulders, and with the belly button drawing in, squeeze the bottom as you balance, turn the waist, open your right arm to the side, come back to center, and then open your left arm to the side. Come back to center. 1 more each side. Keep the hips forward, feel the turn of the waist. Belly button towards the spine, but also notice the shoulder blade draws in behind you. Bringing the arms and the heels down, roll the shoulders. So we'll do that again. Come up into the space above your head, let the arms float. Left arm turns out, and just try and look to the thumb. Keep the hips forward and the legs still as you open up to one side at a time. 1 more each side. Try to feel the shoulder blade come in towards the spine. Good. And then here, allow the arms and the heels to lower, roll the shoulders. Take the feet a little bit wider. Draw the arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together and keep the chest up. Shoulders are down. As your tummy draws in, we sit back into the hips to squat, but then let the arms float at the same time. Then release. Then this time, lift the heels and the hands come up above your head. Bring the arms and the heels down, sit back into the hips, heels into the floor, chest up as you sit down into the middle of both feet. And then come up and lift up. Breathe out to rise. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out to lower. Take a breath in, prepare, and then sink down as you breathe. Knees in line with the toes. Squeeze your bottom to lift you up, continuing with the belly button to the spine. So we'll do 2 more. So functional move with our squat. Breathe it out to come up. Good. And then again. And just lifting up into the space above your head. Excellent. So roll the shoulders, give the legs a little shake. We're going to step forward and come down onto your mat, come down to kneeling. Then here, we're going to take your right leg out to the side and try to square off through the hip as much as you can so that you can try and get the shoulders above the hips. We're coming to a side bend kneeling. So come across, breathe out, and then come back to center. So squeezing into the right, opening through the left. Continuing with the belly button towards the spine, maintaining that inner connection. Soften the shoulders and keep the chest up with the elbow out wide. So we'll do 2 more. Remembering we just go straight across but not forward. Good. So from here, we're then just going to change sides. So you might want to adjust on your mat for space and taking your left leg out to the side. So square off through the hips, shoulders above the hips, and prepare to slide down your left side. Lateral flexion of the spine. So we just squeeze into the left and open through the right. Good. Just go to your range of movement. We're all different there, and that's okay. We'll do 3 more here. Continuing with the belly button towards the spine. Good. And then from here, come into all fours. We'll just do a little cat stretch to mobilize the spine. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And first of all, with the belly button towards you, tuck the tail and arch your back upwards. And then take the tail out behind, lengthening through each segment of the spine as you go all the way through to the upper back, lengthen the neck and look down. Good, so here we go again, tuck the tail, arch your back upwards. You may find a stretch in the mid to upper back. Tuck the chin, look through the gap between the knees. If there isn't a gap, make one. Take the tail out behind, lengthening through the lower back, the middle back, the upper back. Draw the shoulders back, lengthen the spine and even the neck. 2 more. So connecting in through the abdomen, drawing up through the spine and tucking the chin. Then lengthening out, drawing the shoulders back and lengthening through into the neck. 1 more time. Finding that length in all fours, drawing the shoulder blades down your back, and then here, feel like you're pushing your hands into the floor, as if you're pushing your floor away and the shoulder blades spread wide around the back of the ribs. Then with your next out breath, reach out opposite arm and leg. Hold it there, maintain length, and then put them down. So changing sides. Breathe out to extend. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out to lower. So taking your time and just feel you are lengthening from the midline of your body out. Continuing to draw up and in through the center. And then next time we reach out, opposite arm and leg, and then turn them out. So really engage through the tummy to keep your body centered. Bring them back in and then down. So breathing out to extend, breathing in to hold, breathing out to turn out, hold, come back in and down. So turning out the arm and leg is an option. If you prefer to stay as we started, that's fine. If you are turning out, you should notice you're using the muscles in the waist to help keep you in place. So we just do one more each side, creating that inner connection for stability. Four corners of the body, 2 shoulders, 2 hips, staying in line. And then sit back into the heels, put the arms forward. Bringing the chest down, take the knees wider, it's often a little bit more comfortable. Good, and then from here, when you're ready, roll over onto your back. If you want a pillow under your head or a block, if you have it, feel free. Otherwise, we just lie here on our back with the feet hip width apart. So, settling into a neutral position, coming to some pelvic tilts, become aware of the natural curves in your spine as you lie here. Let the arms lengthen beside you, and with the belly button towards the spine, we're going to start just by lifting the right hand and the right leg. So the knee comes above the hip, it's the same arm and leg, you're right. Keep that in a connection, and then lower them down. Other side, arm and leg. So the left arm and leg lift, knee above the hip, hand above the shoulder, and then down. As you lift one side, keep the other side of the body perfectly still. Continue to notice the belly button to the spine, draw the ribs down towards the hips, and keep the shoulder down from the ear. Good. Next time we lift the right arm and leg, hold it there, and then extend them away from the middle of the body. So finding length again from the center out. Come back in, and then down. So sometimes working with the same arm and leg is a little bit more alien than doing opposite arm and leg, because we're so used to opposite arm and leg, with even how we learned to crawl and things like that. Takes a little bit more concentration often. So breathe out as you lift the same arm and leg on the same side of the body. Breathe in and then breathe out, extend, continuing with the belly button to the spine. Keeping your bottom glued to the mat, lengthening out. So we're just going to do one more on each side. Soften down through the rib cage, especially as the arm floats back. Finishing with the opposite side to where you started, and then bring both knees to the chest. As you hug the knees to the chest, circle the knees away from each other and around, just to find mobility in the lower back and the hips. So 2 more circles. Then here, bringing the knees in, and keep hold of your right knee and straighten your left leg. Look forward. And we're just going to change legs, coming into our single leg stretch, drawing the ribs down towards the hips, keeping the chin tucked in. But please notice, if your neck is unhappy, put your head back down and just continue with the leg movement. Here, let's just go for 4 more on each leg. Nice control. Breathing out as you extend. Taking your time. And then once completed, just hug both knees to your chest. Rocking in and out this time. Then take a big long open stretch. And we can prepare to roll over onto your side to face the screen. So come over onto your side. Straight legs. Nice and long in the legs. Shoulders, hips, heels in line. Feel the belly button draw in and the waist come up from underneath you. We're going to start with the arm down the outside of the top leg and think about the waist here. As you lengthen the top leg, slide down it, look forward and feel that you're squeezing the bottom rib into the hip in that top side of your waist and gently lower. Squeeze the bottom here to stabilize the hip. Breathing out as you slide down the leg, keep the hand on the outer thigh, breathing in to hold, breathe out to come back. Now, if you wish, we can glue the legs together, let them both flow out at the same time. A little bit of a challenge with your stability, and come back down. If it's particularly wobbly, go back to top leg only, leave the bottom leg on the floor. We're still squeezing the waist. Good. Keep that sensation of the belly button drawing in, soften through the shoulder, breathing out to slide down, breathing in to hold, breathing out to release. So really becoming aware of that top side of your waist. So here we're just going to do 2 more. Keeping the hips stacked, top leg or both. Feel that squeeze into the waist there. One more time. Good. And then from here, bending the knees in front of you. If you have a pillow or a block or something to put under your head, please use that, because now we're going to open the side of the waist you were just squeezing into. Ensure the arms are the same length, so if needed, just bring the arm back a little bit, the palms meet evenly, shoulders and hips are stacked. Lift your feet just off the floor, keeping the knees down, but try and really keep the hips stable and still. So here, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, turn the waist, open the arm, turn your head, look back at your thumb, and then come back down. Good, just gonna move that back a bit, that's it. So here, we turn the waist, open the arm, turn your head, look at your thumb, and feel the shoulder blade draw in towards the spine. With our little arm openings, side lying open door. Engaging through the tummy just as before, so we let it all start from the center, returning the waist. Good. Drawing the shoulder down from the ear, keeping the hips stacked and facing forward so the legs aren't moving. Feel that turn of the waist. Let's do 3 more. Breathing out as you open, breathing in to hold, breathing out to come back. Just find that control as we flow within it. And then allow the legs to settle. Good. So before we do the other side, come up to seated, and then here, the arm that you were opening, take that across, just to open up through the side body there. Good. And then for the other side, we're just going to lie at the other end of the mat so that we can do the other side and we can all still see. So lie on your side, straight legs first. Hand down the outer thigh, the hips are stacked. Take a deep breath in and then breathe out as you lengthen the top leg, slide down it and look forward, squeezing again into the waist on the top side. So continue with that core connection, belly button to the spine. You may feel the waist draws up from under you. Lengthen and slide, hold and breathe. Good. Remember it, of course, top both legs together. You can go with, or top leg only if it's particularly wobbly. But squeeze your bottom, it always helps stabilize your hips. Just slide the arm down. Good. Breathing out as you slide down, breathing in to hold, breathing out to release, allowing your head to naturally follow. Continue to look forward, keeping the length in the neck that just comes and extends from the spine. Bottom rib draws down into the hip, squeezing here. So let's do 3 more. Keep the belly button drawing in. Top buttock squeezing into the other one. I want to try and find a little bit of space from underneath here, just a little gap. 1 more. Good. So again, we bend the knees in front and prepare to open up. So have your pillow or something so that you can put your head on it and feel supported with your neck. The palms are together, one hand on top of the other. Come back a little bit. That's it. Knees are bent, hips are stacked. Take a breath in, turn the waist, open the arm, turn your head, look at your thumb. And then come back down. Press your palms together and draw your shoulder blades down your back each time. So get that revolvement through the body. Rotate and open. Little spine twist, really. So here, as we turn the waist, we open the arm, look back at your thumb, and open the chest. Maybe you can always have your feet off the floor. If you did that last time, you might want to try it this time, or leave them down, whatever's more comfortable. Keeping the hip bones facing forward the whole time. Maintaining that engagement through the belly. So with the belly button to the spine, we get a little bit more of a turn in the waist. So let's do 3 more. Do turn your head to follow. We don't want our head to get left behind. Good. Just breathing out to open, breathing in to hold, breathing out to come back. 1 more time. Keeping the hips stacked, steady and stable. Good. And then allowing the arms to settle, the feet to relax. And again, we come up to seated, to reach across, to stretch. So the arm that was opening is the arm that comes across. Good. And bring the arm down. Have your legs now in front of you. Bringing your legs in front. We come into our seated roll back. So here, I'll turn side on. Lift the chest, shoulders above the hips to begin, arms in front, but if you prefer lightly under thighs, that's fine. Tuck the tail, belly button to the spine, and just ease about halfway down. And then using the abdominal muscles, continue to draw in to bring you back up. Sit upright, lift the arms, lengthen your spine. Try and sit with your shoulders directly above your hips. Bring the arms back in front, soften the shoulders and the elbows, tuck the tail, ease your way down about halfway, continue with that core connection, and then gently come up, lifting your chest, lengthening your spine, and looking forward. So we can stay with that, or the next time we roll down, we can hold it about halfway and add a little bit of a turn with the right arm drawing back. Bring it in front, and then the left. So that little turn, that little twist is an option. If it's not for you, you don't have to. You just come straight back up, lift the chest, and find length again. So choose whether you want to put it together, but continue to really engage through the abdomen. There's concerns with your lower back. You may not want to sit here and do this turn, and that's okay. Easing your way up, lengthening up, chest up, look forward. Good. So let's try 3 more. Of course, if you prefer just to shake out the legs at any time, you can. Sometimes the front of the hips get tense on this one. All those muscles, front of the hip, front of the thighs, are statically contracted to hold us in place. So take a release if you need it. Chest up, breathe. Good. 2 more, just give it a little shake. Belly button to the spine, tuck the tail to begin. Draw back if it's there. Ease back up if you prefer. Feel that turn. Gently come up. Good. And then again, tuck the tail. Look over the shoulder if you can. And then we come back up. Lift the chest. Bring the arms down. Give the legs a little shake. Loosen them up. Probably need it after that. And then we're going to make our way down onto the floor, onto your back. So here, tuck the tail and ease down again. Just come to lie on your back. Good. Take the arms out wide. Palms facing up. We're going to come into bridge. So we're moving through the spine in a slightly different way. Belly button to the spine. Tilt your pelvis. So lower back finds the mat. Squeeze the buttocks and peel your spine off the floor. We come high in the hips. So we go shoulders, hips, knees like a slope in line. Take a breath in. Exhale, melt down. Upper back, middle back, lower back, bottom down last. Good. And then again, just gently tilting back, squeezing your bottom, easing your way up, lifting up through the hips, and then very gently coming down. Now we can stay with that or even come back to it at any point. Nice, regular bridge. Or next time, we ease up through the spine, squeezing your bottom, holding your hips up. Really squeeze your butt to hold you up. Feel that's what's happening. And then here, as you breathe out, lift your heels and bring your arms in. Press your palms together. Stay in bridge, arms go wide, heels lower. And do that again. Heels and hands. The hands come in and the heels lift. The arms open, the heels lower. And we bring the body back down, melting into the mat, letting your bottom come down last. So let's continue. Tilting the hips back, easing up through the spine, lifting your hips, squeezing your buttocks a lot, lifting your heels, and your arms come in. Arms out, heels down, and then again, heels and hands. Good. Squeeze into the chest as you press into your hands. Open the hands, heels down, and bring the body down. Take your time. Focus on that squeeze in the bottom. We get a little squeeze in the chest, drawing the chest in towards the middle as you bring your arms in. Find your bridge first. Knees in line with the toes. Heels up, arms in. Press your palms together above your chest. Good. Open out and lower the heels. And then again. Gently easing down. So let's do a couple more there. Probably becoming a little bit more aware of using the bum muscles, or should be. Continue with the belly button to the spine, keeping your body weight centered. Hollowing between the hip bones. Breathe out, heels and hands. Inhale, exhale, open and lower the heels. Good, and again. Remembering we stay aware of the placement of the ribs, drawing the ribs down towards the hips throughout also. One more time. Of course, you can rest before, or instead do hug the knees to the chest whenever you're ready. And then gently coming down and hug the knees to the chest. Gently walking the knees in and out. Bending the elbows, lengthening the arms, but keeping hold of the legs. Then popping the feet on the floor, let the knees drop over to your left. And then take the top leg over the bottom leg and extend that leg. Keeping the shoulders on the floor, look down the back arm. Bringing the knees together and slowly to the other side. And then again, take the top leg over the bottom leg, extend the leg and look back. Upper body's just staying on the floor, nice and level. Good, bringing the legs back to center. So from here, we prepare to come into tabletop. A little more intense, having both feet off the floor. So see how we feel. Here, first of all, breathe out and lift one knee above the hip. Continue to connect, belly button to the spine. Lift the other leg, keeping everything centered and still. Good. Then here, bring the arms down beside you with the lower back gently imprinted to the mat. We extend one leg as the arms circle around. The hands come back to the floor and bring the other knee in. So other side. Extend the legs, circle the arms back and around at the same time. The knee comes in, the hands find the floor. So focus on the placement of the ribs. As the arms go back and around, draw your ribs down towards your body. Use your out breath to help guide the rib cage back down. Continue to draw the belly button in. And maybe it feels like the ribs are drawing down, the belly button draws in, and they're kind of meeting in the middle from within, like connecting inwards. So breathing out as you extend one leg and circle the arms. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, change sides, exhale. Keeping the lower back neutral or a gentle imprint, nice and stable. It's staying still. Let's just do one more on each side, on each leg. Completing with the opposite side to where you started. And then again, just hugging both knees to the chest, but circling the knees away from each other and around, creating mobility there for the hip. Good. Then popping the feet down. So again, we reset to coming to tabletop. So allow one knee to lift, hollow between the hips, and then lift the other leg also. Arms wide here. Bringing the legs together, and we're going to breathe out and take both knees to your left. Breathe in, hold, and then extend the legs to that end of the room. bending the knee, and come back to center. So take your time, go the other way, keeping the shoulder blades, the back of the arms on the floor. Try to feel like your upper body is anchoring you to the floor as your legs just go side to side. Of course, if the lower back's not very happy, you can put your feet on the floor and just go side to side with your feet on the floor, keeping the knees bent. Wherever you are, we try to feel that the muscles in the waist are guiding and controlling the legs within the move. So belly button to the spine, the muscles in the waist co-contract, draw in with that. So let's try 2 more each side. Take your time, let the upper body anchor you. One more each side if you can, but of course rest before or instead if you prefer. Just bring the knees to the chest. And then here, hug the knees in. Good. So popping the feet back to the floor and just let the knees drop to your left. Take a look down the other arm and hold. Just feel that open feeling down the side body. And slowly come back to center. And then the other side. And then back to center. From here, take the legs to one side and bring yourself up to seated. So here in a seated position, take the legs where they're comfortable, or if you can, take them out wide. See how you feel. Good. Sitting as upright as you can, lifting the chest, shoulders above the hips. We're going to come into a little spine twist. So we're starting with the hands just at the chest. With the hands at the chest, relax the shoulders and turn your waist to the right, keeping the legs still, and then back to center. You can always sit on kneeling, cross-legged, or just in a different position with your legs that's more comfortable if you wish. Change your leg position at any time. Now, next time, when we come back to center, let's take the arms out to the side and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep that feeling of the shoulder blades squeezing in behind, and we turn the waist to your right and back to center from there. The arms stay wide, so they're not moving, they're following. Keeping the chest up. Notice that space between the shoulder blades. The elbows are soft. It's a small move, just a little rotation through the middle. Now, if you're happy to, we can add a little reach, but please stay here if you prefer. You can always bring the hands back if you prefer. We turn, and then we tip towards the opposite foot. We don't have to touch it, it's just that direction. Come back to center, lift the chest, arms out, take a breath. Exhale, turn, inhale, hold, exhale, reach, so tip from the hip. Come back to center, chest up. So we turn for our spine twist, and we reach for our saw. Draw the shoulder down. Good. So we're going to try a couple more on each side, but if you prefer to change the leg position or even the arm position, come back here into prayer, you can do the same and just continue with the spine twist. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, tip from the hip, look past your toes. Good. So we're creating length. Try not to look down because that tends to make us round our back. We want length in the spine. Good. And then again. Just to your range of movement, remember. And then we come back, finishing from the opposite side to where you started, and bring the legs back in if they're not already. Probably much more comfortable. Roll the shoulders back. And with the arms beside you, draw the shoulders down. And as you breathe out, just let the arms float to shoulder height, but really focus on drawing the shoulder blades down your back and then let them release. Good. So really think about these shoulder blades drawing down. Breathe out, arms float. Inhale, hold. Exhale, release. 2 more. Sitting here, continuing with the belly button towards the spine. Good. And then here, just lean to one side, come up onto your knees, but just as a transition to stand, tuck the toes, push back into your heels and come into a standing forward fold. Hold it there first of all, notice the back of the legs. Maybe there's a stretch. Pushing the heels into the floor, soften the knees, chest towards your thighs, just hold for a couple more breaths. And then with your next out breath, tuck your tail and slowly roll up. Please go slow. Keep the belly button drawing in to support the lower back as we come up. Take your time, rebuilding the spine, gradually coming back up into your own true height. So here, standing tall again. Feet to hip width. Roll the shoulders back, bring the elbows in and the palms up. We open the hands to dumb waiters. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and bring them back. So breathe out as you open the hands and you feel the chest open also. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, release. So keeping as upright as you can, drawing the tummy tight and noticing a neutral position of your spine as you stand. Focusing on that space between the shoulder blades, and we just do 2 more. Good, and then again. Then here, linking the hands in front, tuck the chin, take a look down, find a stretch across the upper back, across the shoulder blades. Then bringing the hands behind you, we open the chest, draw the shoulders back and lift the chest. Here, lift the heels, come up into the space above your head, squeeze the bottom for balance. Turn your head just to one side. Come back to center, and then the other side. Good. Bring the heels down, roll the shoulders, and with the arms light and loose beside you, tuck the chin. Take a look to the feet or the floor and hold. Maybe there's just a little stretch in the back of the neck. Very slowly, as we keep the belly button to the spine, lift your head, lengthen your neck, and look forward. Lift your shoulders and let them drop. Let's do that one more time. Tuck the chin, take a look down. Slowly lift your head, lengthen your neck, look forward, lift your shoulders and let them drop. Standing with your arms light and loose beside you. Take a deep breath in and then out. Just revisit that lateral breath, breathing full and wide through the ribs into the thoracic spine and the diaphragm. Keeping that abdominal drawing in even here. And just notice a couple more breaths full and wide. Keeping the shoulders down. And with your next out breath, just give the legs a little shake to loosen up. Thank you very much indeed. And pop the shoulders. Good.